More than half of the states in the U.S. have permitless carry. Some only allowed carrying concealed without a permit. Either way, it means that no training or education is required to carry a firearm on your person in public, as long as
Tell me.
you're a law-abiding citizen who would be eligible to carry legally to begin with. I preface law-abiding because criminals carry without a permit regardless.
You really think so? I know so.
So why do so many people still choose to get a permit? Hi, I'm Joe Yagar, certified instructor and founder of Executive Gun, where safe and responsible gun ownership begins. Every time another state passes permitless carry, gun control groups lose their marbles.
No, this can't be happening.
They keep claiming that gun violence will spike. However, research clearly shows otherwise. In most cases, there is no change at all, and in some cases, there is a decline in violent crime. Besides, if permitless carry proved to make things worse, I'd be hard-pressed to believe more states would allow for it anyway. Let's face it, good people will not become violent just because they can carry a firearm without a permit. In fact, good people will be responsible enough to buy a firearm legally and will be responsible enough to get professional training. Violent people will remain violent, and criminals have been exercising permitless carry anyway. Their habits will not change.
Well, ain't that the truth?
That's why the research shows a positive outcome in states that allow permitless carry. More responsible law-abiding gun owners carrying firearms, while criminal statistics remain the same. Unfortunately, the same cannot be said for states with strict and prohibitive gun laws. The more difficult you make it for law-abiding citizens to protect themselves, the easier it becomes for violent criminals to victimize them.
And it ain't rocket science, for Christ's sake.
And with all the uncertainty in the world these days, people are recognizing the need for more powerful self-protection options, such as firearms. Not because they want to use them, but because they recognize that they can't talk their way out of every situation, and law enforcement takes too long to respond if they respond at all. They also know that the responsible thing to do is to get educated and trained to use their firearms in a lawful and responsible way. That's why more and more people choose to get their carry permit. It's not enough in and of itself, but in my opinion, the best first step to responsible gun ownership.
What makes you say that? Just out of curiosity.
Here's a handful of reasons why. Number one, if you're ever pulled over, law enforcement may feel more inclined to look into whether you're carrying a firearm lawfully if you don't have a permit. How else will they know if you're legally carrying? The concealed carry permit process has already done the work for law enforcement because to get a permit, you must go through a background check and show a minimum level of competency. Number two, if you're involved in a self-defense situation and must stand trial, will a jury view you more favorably for having taken the responsible route to learn your state concealed carry law and complete your certification? Or would they prefer the lazy route and it's my constitutional right reason? In this political climate, having a permit may be the smart and prudent thing to do. Number three, when purchasing a firearm, permit holders may be able to skip the waiting period to pick up their firearm from the licensed dealer.
Yeah, baby. Yeah.
If you value your time, this alone is worth getting a permit for. Number four, if you travel across state lines, you may likely need a carry permit to carry in another state that has reciprocity, even if constitutional carry is in place. And number five, carrying a firearm without the basic education of your state's concealed carry law and training is simply irresponsible and may put yourself and others around you at risk.
How could you even think such a thing of me?
Responsible gun owners understand that, and as gun ownership continues to increase nationwide, so does the number of people taking a concealed carry class and applying for their permit. It's the lowest cost of entry into responsible gun ownership, regardless of whether you intend to carry a gun in public or not.
Is that it?
No, there's more.
The operative word is entry. No matter how comprehensive the concealed carry class is in your state, it will not fully prepare you to survive a violent attack, especially if there are multiple attackers. So continuous training and proper practice habits are highly encouraged.
Practice, practice, practice.
So my advice to you is to take the first step and get your concealed carry permit. It's the smart and responsible thing to do. If you enjoyed this video, please smack that like button, subscribe to the channel, and watch the next video right here. Train hard, often, and safely, and I'll see you at the range.